That little needle on your fuel gauge drops faster than your bank balance on payday, and it's no accident. Gas stations pull in over $30 billion a year because drivers don't know simple tricks that could save them over $1,000 every year. Not because of gas prices, but because of small habits that leak money every time you drive. Here are 17 fuel-saving secrets gas stations don't want you to know, and secret number 12 alone can save you $5 to $10 every fill-up. Let's dive in. 17. Fill up in the morning or late evening. Gasoline expands when it's hot, contracts when it's cold. This is basic physics, but most people have no idea it affects how much fuel they're actually getting. When you pump gas in the middle of a hot afternoon, that fuel is expanded. You're paying for volume, not density, so you're getting less actual gasoline for your money. Fill up in the early morning or late evening when temperatures are cooler. The fuel is denser, more compact. You get more energy per gallon because you're getting more actual gasoline molecules, not expanded liquid taking up space. How much difference does this make? You could get up to 5% more fuel for the same price just by timing your fill-ups right. A trucker named Mike told me he's been doing this for 20 years. I only fuel up before 8 a.m. or after 8 p.m. Been doing it since the 90 seconds. Does it make a massive difference per fill-up? Maybe not, but over a year, across hundreds of fill-ups, you're talking real money. But hold on. Timing is just the appetizer. There's something you're doing wrong at the pump right now that's literally handing the gas station free money, and you have no idea it's happening. 16. Don't top off after the auto shut off. You know that moment when the pump clicks off automatically? Stop there. Don't squeeze the handle again trying to top off your tank. Don't round up to the nearest dollar. Don't try to cram in extra fuel. Here's why. Modern fuel tanks have vapor recovery systems. When you pump gas, some of it evaporates. That vapor gets captured and sent back to the gas station's tanks, not yours. When you top off after the auto shut off, you're pumping liquid fuel into the vapor recovery system. That fuel doesn't go into your tank. It goes into the station's underground tanks. You're literally paying for gas that the station gets back. Plus, overfilling can damage your car's evaporative emission system, which can cost $800 to repair. A mechanic told me he sees this damage all the time. People come in with check engine lights. I run Diagnostics. Evap system failure. I ask if they top off their tank. They always say yes. They've been dumping gas into the wrong place and breaking their car in the process. When that pump clicks off, you're full. Walk away. Don't give the gas station free money. If you're enjoying these money-saving secrets, hit that like button and subscribe. We're just getting started, and the next ones are even better. But wait, it gets weirder. The speed you squeeze that handle? Yeah, that's either saving you money or throwing it away. And nobody's told you which is which. 15. Pump at the slowest speed. See those 3 squeeze levels on the pump handle? Slow, medium, fast? Always choose slow. Always. When you pump at high speed, more fuel turns into vapor because of the turbulence and heat created by fast flow. That vapor gets captured by the recovery system and goes back to the station. Pump slowly, and more of what you're paying for stays in liquid form and goes into your tank. A gas station owner I spoke with admitted this off the record. Yeah, fast pumping benefits us. More vapor recovery. But we're never going to put up a sign telling people to pump slowly. Of course not. Why would they? But now you know. Slow and steady wins the fuel-saving race. Speaking of throwing money away, there's a habit you probably do every single morning before driving. Feels responsible. Feels smart. It's actually bleeding your wallet dry. 14. Don't warm up your car. This one shocks people, but modern cars don't need to be warmed up. See your grandfather's 1,970 seconds carburetor engine? Yeah, that needed warming up. Modern fuel-injected engines? They're designed to run efficiently within seconds of starting. When you let your car idle to warm up, you're burning fuel and getting 0 miles per gallon. You're literally pouring money out the exhaust pipe. The EPA says idling for just 10 seconds uses more fuel than restarting your engine. Idle for 5 minutes every winter morning? That's $150 per year straight out your exhaust pipe. A mechanic told me, I see people idling in parking lots for 10 minutes in winter. I want to knock on their window and tell them they're wasting gas and actually wearing out their engine faster. But people get defensive about warming up. It's a habit from a different era. But here's the sneaky part. Something's happening right now while you're cruising down the road. You can't see it, you can't hear it, but it's quietly sucking money straight out of your tank. 13. Stop using premium gas, unless required. Premium gas costs about 20% more than regular. And here's the truth. Most cars don't need it. If your owner's manual says premium recommended, that means regular is fine. The word recommended is marketing speak. Your car will run perfectly on regular unleaded. If it says premium required, then yes, use premium. But that's only about 16% of cars on the road. For everyone else, you're throwing away money. Here's the real cost. Fill up weekly with premium when your car doesn't need it? That's over $500 wasted per year on gas that doesn't improve your performance, fuel economy, or engine health. A fuel systems engineer told me something shocking. Premium gas has higher octane, which prevents engine knocking in high compression engines. But if your engine isn't high compression, and most aren't that extra octane, does absolutely nothing. It's like paying extra for premium air. Check your owner's manual right now. If it doesn't say premium required, switch to regular and pocket the savings, then thank me later. But even with perfect gas, you're hauling around a hidden money killer right now. It's sitting in your car. You forgot it's there. And it's costing you more than you'd ever believe. 12. Remove excess weight from your car. Every 100 pounds of extra weight reduces fuel economy by about 2%. Doesn't sound like much, but think about what's in your car right now. Golf clubs in the trunk you haven't used in months? That's 30 pounds. Tools and equipment you don't need daily? Another 50 pounds. Kids' sports gear? Old gym bags? Cases of water bottles? Most people are driving around with 100 to 200 pounds of junk they don't need. If you spend $200 per month on gas, that extra weight is costing you about $50 per year. Clean out your car. Keep only what you actually need. Your fuel economy will improve immediately. But weight is just the beginning. There's something bolted to the outside of your car right now. It's probably gathering dust and it's burning through your gas like a hole in your tank, and you keep ignoring it. 11. Remove roof racks and cargo boxes. When not in use, roof racks and cargo boxes create massive aerodynamic drag. Even when they're empty, they're costing you fuel. The drag they create can reduce fuel economy by up to 25% depending on your speed. At highway speeds, that empty roof box is costing you several miles per gallon. If you're not actively using it, take it off. Yes, it's a hassle to install and remove, but the fuel savings are huge. Leave a roof box on year-round? That's over $400 wasted annually in extra gas. A camping enthusiast told me he used to leave his roof box on year-round. I thought, what's the harm? It's convenient. Then someone told me about the fuel cost. I did the math. I was spending over $400 per year in extra gas for the convenience of not spending 15 minutes removing the box. Now I only install it when I actually need it. 15 minutes of work to save $400? That's a pretty good hourly rate. But here's the crazy part. There's something so simple, so obvious, that you're messing it up on every single drive. And it's costing you way more than you think. 10. Use cruise control on highways. Humans are terrible at maintaining consistent speed. You speed up, you slow down, you don't even realize you're doing it. Every acceleration burns extra fuel. Every deceleration wastes the energy you just spent accelerating. Cruise control maintains perfectly consistent speed. No fluctuations, no wasted energy. Using cruise control on highways can improve fuel economy by up to 14%. That's significant. If you spend $150 per month on gas and half of that is highway driving, cruise control could save you $10 per month. That's $120 per year. Just for pressing a button. A long-distance commuter told me, I drive 80 miles per day, mostly highway. Once I started using cruise control religiously, my fuel economy improved by almost 10%. That's saving me over $100 per month. One button, $1,200 per year saved. No brainer, right? But wait, there's an even bigger money saver that doesn't need any buttons, any tech, or any fancy features. Just you, and it's borderline ridiculous how much it saves. 9. Aggressive driving kills fuel economy. Hard acceleration, hard braking, constant speed changes. These behaviors can lower your fuel economy by up to 30% in city driving. The solution? Drive like you're trying to keep a cup of coffee from spilling. Anticipate red lights. Start slowing down early by coasting instead of braking hard at the last second. Accelerate gradually instead of flooring it from every stop. This driving style can improve your fuel economy by 20% or more in city driving without driving dangerously slow. And the crazy part? He didn't get to destinations any slower. Aggressive driving feels faster, but studies show it only saves minutes on typical commutes while costing significantly more in fuel. But here's where gas stations start sweating. There's a maintenance trick so simple, so cheap, that they pray you never figure it out. Because once you do, their profits take a hit. 8. Check tire pressure monthly. Underinflated tires create rolling resistance. More resistance means worse fuel economy. For every 1 pound per square inch your tires are underinflated, you lose about 0.3% in fuel economy. Most people drive with tires 5 to 10 pounds per square inches low without even knowing it. If you spend $200 per month on gas, low tire pressure is costing you about $50 per year, and most people never check their tire pressure until a warning light comes on. By then, the tires might be dangerously low. You've been wasting fuel for months. Check your tire pressure monthly. It takes 5 minutes. Gas station air is usually free. The savings add up fast. But that's not even the big one. There's another dirt cheap fix that gas stations are terrified you'll discover, and it packs an even bigger punch to your fuel bill. 7. Replace your air filter regularly. A clogged air filter restricts airflow to your engine. Less air means less efficient combustion. Less efficient combustion means worse fuel economy. A dirty air filter can reduce fuel economy by up to 10% in older cars. In modern cars with computer-controlled fuel injection, the effect is smaller but still real. Air filters are cheap, about $20, and they're easy to replace yourself in most cars. Check your owner's manual. Most recommend replacing the air filter every 12,000 to 15,000 miles. But if you drive in dusty conditions, do it more often. Pull out your air filter right now, hold it up to the light. If you can't see light through it easily, it's clogged. Replace it. Philip from Denver told me he never replaced his air filter for 50,000 miles. I didn't even know it was a thing. Then I watched a YouTube video. I pulled out my filter and it was black. Disgusting. I replaced it for $20. My fuel economy improved noticeably within a week. $20 and 10 minutes of work for better fuel economy, better performance, and cleaner engine operation. But the next one is a tech feature in your car that could be silently killing your fuel economy right now. 6. Turn off unnecessary electrical accessories. Your car's alternator has to work harder to power electrical accessories. Harder work means more load on the engine. More load means more fuel consumption. Seat warmers, rear defroster, high-beam headlights, premium sound systems cranked up, these all draw power. Running multiple electrical accessories can reduce fuel economy by up to 4%. It's not huge, but it's another leak in your fuel efficiency bucket. Only use accessories when you actually need them. Don't run the rear defroster for an hour after the window's already clear. Don't blast the seat warmers on high when medium is enough. A commuter told me she used to run her seat warmers and defroster on max every winter morning, even for short drives. I loved being cozy. Then someone told me it was costing me fuel. I started being more selective, only using them when I really needed them. Honestly, I don't notice much difference in comfort, but I definitely notice better fuel economy. Small habits, small savings, but they add up. And speaking of habits, here's one that almost everyone does that's costing them money. 5. Avoid short trips when possible. Cold engines use way more fuel than warm engines. When you start your car, the engine is cold. Fuel doesn't vaporize efficiently. The catalytic converter isn't working yet. The engine has to run rich to compensate. For the first 5 miles, your fuel economy is terrible, often 50% worse than normal. If you make multiple short trips driving to the store, coming home, then driving to another errand an hour later, you're repeating that inefficient cold start process over and over. Combine your errands into one trip. Plan your route efficiently. Let the engine stay warm. This can improve your effective fuel economy by up to 20% compared to making multiple cold start trips. A suburban mom told me she used to make 4 separate trips per day: school drop-off, grocery store, gym, school pickup, each one separate with hours in between. Once I started combining errands, doing groceries right after gym, planning routes better, my weekly fuel costs dropped by about 15%. Same driving distance, but way better efficiency. Plan ahead, combine trips, keep that engine warm, but buckle up. This next one's gonna make people argue in the comments. It sounds completely backwards. It might even annoy you, but the savings? Absolutely real. 4. Consider skipping the car wash. Sort of. A dirty car is actually slightly more aerodynamic than a freshly waxed one. Wait, what? That sounds backwards, right? Here's the science. A dirty car with a thin layer of grime has what's called a boundary layer that can actually reduce drag slightly. Golf balls have dimples for a similar reason. They create turbulence that reduces drag. Now, I'm not saying drive around in a filth-covered car, but obsessively washing and waxing your car every week for perfect shine, that might be costing you a tiny bit in fuel economy. The real fuel economy killer is roof-mounted car wash equipment, cargo racks, bike racks, things that stick out and create drag. Keep your car reasonably clean for visibility and appearance, but don't stress about perfect wax jobs affecting your fuel economy. This one's more about not wasting money on unnecessary car washes than anything else. If you wash your car weekly at $15 per wash, that's $780 per year. Washing it every 2 weeks instead saves you $390 annually. Alright, we're entering dangerous territory now. The final 3 secrets? These are the ones gas stations actively hide from you, the profit killers, the game changers. And this first one involves a fuel trap that's robbing millions of drivers blind, including you, probably. 3. Don't use E85, unless your car is flex fuel. E85 is 85% ethanol, 15% gasoline. It's cheaper per gallon than regular gas. But here's what they don't tell you. Ethanol has about 30% less energy than gasoline. So even though E85 costs less per gallon, you're getting way worse fuel economy. E85 might look 20% cheaper, but it gives you 30% worse fuel economy. You're actually losing money. Only use E85 if your car is specifically designed as flex fuel and if the price difference makes the math work in your favor. Most regular cars can't even use E85 without damage. And even flex fuel vehicles usually lose money on E85 unless it's dramatically cheaper. A truck owner told me he tried E85 thinking he'd save money. It was $0.60 cheaper per gallon. Seemed like a great deal. Then I noticed I was filling up way more often. I did the math. I was actually spending more money per mile. Switched back to regular and my overall fuel costs dropped. Check the actual cost per mile, not just cost per gallon. That's what matters. But here's a timing secret that could save you $10 plus per fill-up. 2. Fill up on Mondays or Tuesdays. Gas prices follow weekly patterns. They're typically lowest early in the week and highest on weekends. Why? Because demand is higher on weekends when people are traveling. Gas stations raise prices to match demand. Studies show gas prices are typically 5 to 10 cents per gallon cheaper on Mondays and Tuesdays compared to Friday through Sunday. If you have a 15-gallon tank, that's over $1 saved per fill-up just by timing it right. Fill up weekly on Monday or Tuesday? That's $50 to $75 saved per year. Zero effort, just better timing. The pattern is consistent across most markets. Prices rise Thursday and Friday, peak on weekends, then drop Monday and Tuesday. It's predictable, yet most people fill up whenever their tank is low, completely ignoring the price cycle. Plan ahead. Fill up early in the week. Pocket the difference. But now we hit the grand finale. The ultimate secret that multiplies everything we just talked about. This one's so simple, so powerful, that once you start using it, you'll wonder how you ever filled up without it. 1. Use a gas rewards credit card. Many credit cards offer up to 5% cash back on gas purchases. If you spend $3,000 per year on gas, that's $150 back. That's free money just for using the right card. But here's the key. Only do this if you pay off your credit card in full every month. If you carry a balance and pay interest, the interest charges will wipe out any rewards. Credit card interest is around 20%, way more than you'll ever earn in rewards. Pay in full. Earn rewards. Stack this with all the other secrets in this video. A commuter told me, I switched to a gas rewards card 3 years ago. I've earned over $400 in cash back just from gas purchases I was making anyway. Combined with the other fuel-saving tips, I'm saving over $1,000 per year compared to how I used to fill up and drive. $1,000 per year. No new car, no major lifestyle changes, just smarter habits and better information. And that's what this video is really about. Gas stations and oil companies profit when you don't know these secrets, when you pump at the wrong time, when you top off unnecessarily, when you drive inefficiently. Every one of these 17 secrets chips away at their profits and puts money back in your pocket. 17 fuel-saving secrets. Some save you pennies per tank, others save you hundreds per year. Combined, you're looking at over $1,000 in annual savings. No new car needed. Just better information and smarter habits. If just one of these secrets saves you money, kindly hit that like button. And if you learned something new, subscribe for more money-saving tips that actually work. There's a video on your screen right now showing you more ways to save on car expenses. Click it on the left and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Now go save some money.